A 57-year-old woman in Lakeland, Florida found out she was losing her home through a letter from a stranger. Not her bank, not her lender, a foreclosure attorney. Her lender never even picked up the phone. Last year, that happened to 367,000 American families, a 14% surge from the year before. In Florida alone, 1 in every 230 homes is now in some stage of foreclosure. The government's official position? This is normalization. But here's what they're not telling you. A research firm called First Street just projected that foreclosures across the United States could surge by 380% over the next decade. Not because of recession, but because of a single financial pressure about to hit 68 million homeowners at the same time. Almost nobody is prepared for it. On February 12th, the Mortgage Bankers Association released their Q4 2025 National Delinquency Survey. The overall mortgage delinquency rate climbed to 4.26%, up 27 basis points in a single quarter, the sharpest quarterly jump in years. Foreclosure inventory rose to 0.53% of all loans, up 8 basis points from a year ago. But the real story is what's hiding inside those numbers. FHA loans, designed to help first-time buyers and lower-income families get into homes, just hit a delinquency rate of 11.52%, the highest level since Q2 2021. More than 1 in 10 FHA borrowers is now behind on their mortgage. The FHA seriously delinquent rate, meaning 90 or more days behind or already in foreclosure, surged 106 basis points in a single quarter and is up a full percentage point year over year. Here's what makes this so dangerous. FHA loans make up less than 15% of all active mortgages, but FHA borrowers accounted for 90% of the entire year-over-year increase in delinquencies. The foreclosure crisis isn't spreading evenly. It's targeting the most vulnerable homeowners in America, the ones who could barely afford to buy in the first place. The MBA's own Vice President of Industry Analysis cited the cause directly: a softer labor market, rising personal debt, increasing taxes, climbing homeowners insurance, and higher fees, all compounding on borrowers already stretched to their limit. And if you think conventional loans are holding steady, they're not. Conventional delinquencies jumped 27 basis points in Q4 alone. VA loans rose too. Every category moved in the wrong direction at the same time. The single financial pressure capable of pushing foreclosures up by 380% is not interest rates. It's not unemployment. It's insurance. First Street Research, a risk modeling firm that provides climate and financial data to the federal government, published a projection that foreclosure rates could increase by roughly 1% for every 1% increase in insurance costs. When they modeled the trajectory of climate risk, flooding, wind damage, and wildfire exposure over the next decade, they arrived at that staggering 380% figure. Nowhere is this more visible than Florida. The average annual homeowner's insurance premium in Florida is now $3,815, and that's actually slowing from the double-digit annual increases homeowners absorbed in 2022, 2023, and 2024. The real crisis is what's happening beneath that number. An estimated 15 to 20% of Florida homeowners have dropped their insurance entirely because they simply can't afford it. These are homeowners walking around with no safety net. One hurricane, one flood, one sinkhole, and they lose everything, including any ability to keep paying their mortgage. Florida's condo market is even more dire. After the Surfside building collapse in 2021, the state cracked down on building safety standards. The right call, but the consequence has been a wave of special assessments, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars per unit, hitting condo owners already struggling with rising HOA fees, insurance premiums, and property taxes all at once. This is why Florida has become ground zero. It's not just about home prices softening. It's about the total cost of owning a home becoming unsustainable for a growing number of families. The median sale price in Florida is down year over year. Homes are sitting on the market for 73 days on average, nearly double what stable markets like New Jersey and Virginia are seeing. In cities like Lakeland, Jacksonville, and Orlando, foreclosure concentrations are among the highest in the entire country. Here's what 2008 taught us. Foreclosure waves don't stay local. They radiate outward. Last year, while Florida led the nation in foreclosure rate, South Carolina, Delaware, Illinois, and Nevada all posted alarmingly high numbers. At the metro level, cities like Columbia, South Carolina, and Cleveland, Ohio joined Sunbelt hotspots at the top of the rankings. The Q4 delinquency data reveals the next wave is already forming. The 5 states with the largest quarterly increases in delinquency rates were Mississippi, Louisiana, Maryland, Oklahoma, and Indiana. That's not just the Sun Belt anymore. It's spreading into the Southeast, the Mid-Atlantic, and the Midwest. As of January 2026, 9 states now have active housing inventory above pre-pandemic 2019 levels. Arizona, Colorado, Florida, Idaho, Nebraska, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, and Washington. These are markets where supply is piling up, prices are softening, and homeowners are losing the equity cushion that was supposed to protect them. In Austin, there are now 128% more home sellers than buyers. Fort Lauderdale, 125%. Nashville, 111%. Miami, 103%. These aren't markets that are cooling. These are markets where the balance has flipped completely. The loans performing the worst right now aren't from 2008. They're from 2022 and 2023. The MBA specifically noted that FHA loans originated in those years, when mortgage rates surged and affordability was at its most stretched, are performing significantly worse than loans from 2020 and 2021. The damage was baked in at origination. These borrowers locked in at the worst possible moment. High rates, elevated prices, minimal equity, and now, as the labor market softens and costs keep climbing, they're the first ones falling behind. To be clear, we are not in 2008. In 2008, there were 3.1 million foreclosure filings in a single year, 13 months of housing supply, widespread no-doc mortgages, and an entire financial system built on toxic assets. None of that exists today. Current foreclosure numbers, 367,000, are a fraction of that peak. Housing supply nationally sits at 4.4 months. Most homeowners have record equity. Lending standards are far stricter. But here's the critical difference. In 2008, the crisis was caused by the financial system. Banks lent recklessly, packaged bad debt, and sold it as gold. When the system collapsed, homeowners were collateral damage. This time, the system isn't broken. The homeowners are. The pressure isn't coming from Wall Street. It's coming from everywhere at once. Insurance premiums, property taxes, HOA fees, condo assessments, inflation on everyday expenses, and a labor market that added just 42,000 private sector jobs in 1 month last year. Variable rate mortgages are hitting their reset periods at elevated interest rates, meaning some homeowners are watching monthly payments jump by hundreds of dollars overnight. There's another structural difference that's actually more dangerous for certain homeowners. Distressed inventory is being hidden. Unlike 2008, when millions of foreclosed homes flooded the open market and crashed prices, institutions like Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are now bundling non-performing loans and selling them directly to investors. That inventory never hits the MLS. It never shows up in the data you see on Zillow or Realtor.com. So the official numbers look manageable, but underneath, the stress is building, and the families experiencing it are being processed quietly out of public view. What does exist is a slow-moving squeeze on American homeowners that is accelerating quarter by quarter. The FHA delinquency rate just hit its highest level in nearly 4 years. Foreclosure filings are climbing for the 6th straight month, and the insurance cost trajectory that First Street modeled, the one pointing toward a 380% increase in foreclosures, hasn't even begun to fully materialize yet. 367,000 homes were seized last year. The institutions are calling it normalization. The data says otherwise. The cracks aren't forming. They've already formed. The question is whether the people who need to see this information are paying attention before the next wave hits.